Hello and welcome to the Star Award Show brought to you by the Bob Mwiti Foundation. For some students, success is built in quiet places, in small villages, on farms, and in homes where every school term requires sacrifice. Today we meet Wendy Kathoni, a Form 4 student at Nkuene Girls High School from Liburu Mashariki, Mukululu, Kangeta Ward in Igembe Central, Meru County. Wendy comes from a humble farming family and her parents are peasant farmers in a land that can barely produce enough to sustain the family. To keep their children in school, they often take up casual jobs to supplement what little they earn. Driven by a dream to pursue medicine or nursing, Wendy hopes to bring quality healthcare to underserved communities. Today we follow her journey, a story of resilience, service, and the determination to rise beyond limitation. Come with me. Our journey begins along the Meru Maua Highway before turning away at Kangeta Market and heading deeper into Igembe Central constituency. We join narrow, dusty, and worn-out village roads that climb toward the Nyambene Hills forest. Our destination is Liburu Mashariki village in Mukululu location, Kangeta Ward. Reaching the village is not straightforward. We repeatedly stop to ask residents for directions, relying on their knowledge of the area as the roads become narrower and increasingly difficult to navigate. In some sections, the road is almost impassable. We are forced to step out of the vehicle and carefully make our way uphill through the rough terrain. Eventually, we arrive at Wendy Kathoni's home where her family welcomes us. It is here, deep in the interior of Kangeta, that this family has continued working, borrowing, and sacrificing to protect the education of their children who are determined to build a different future.
My name is Wendy Kathoni. I'm in Nkuene Girls High School and I'm in Form 4. I am a disciplined girl, God-fearing, hard worker, and a determined girl.
Wendy is the second born in a household of 4 children.
We have 4 children, although only 2 are biologically mine. One is Alex Murithi, who is studying at Mary University, and the other is Wendy Kathoni, who attends Nkuene Girls High School.
Her family depends mainly on small-scale farming and irregular casual work.
Life here at home, it's very hard with a lot of sufferings here and there. Yeah.
In fact, I have come a long way. My husband and I depend on day-to-day casual jobs.
Her father works on other people's farms and sometimes rents land in the hope of producing enough.
We have supported their education through casual jobs and small-scale farming. When the rainfall is sufficient, we receive a good harvest. I accept any casual job available, including digging on farms and working at construction sites. However, these jobs are not always available. You may find work today and have nothing tomorrow.
Her mother also accepts whatever work she can find.
I do casual work wherever it is available, whether on farms or in people's homes. I am not selective about the work I take.
Their small farm produces some food and a little mira, but the income is limited.
We harvest a little mira from time to time, but our farm is small. 30 points cannot produce enough. We earn approximately 3,000 to 5,000 shillings per month. We try to farm, but sometimes the rainfall is very low. This season, we planted beans and potatoes, but the rains failed and the crops became stunted.
There are times when the household cannot afford enough food.
Food and clothes. There's a day we get, there's a day we stay without. And when we don't get the bold 3 meals.
Some days we have no food and nowhere to borrow from.
Even during such moments, education remains one of the first responsibilities her parents consider.
Life is very difficult, but my husband and I continue looking for casual jobs.
They openly discuss their financial situation with their children.
When life becomes difficult, a parent should not hide things from the family. We openly discuss everything. Even when we take a loan, I make sure my wife and the children understand that it is borrowed money.
The pressure on the family is made greater by the fact that Wendy's elder brother is in second year of study in Mary University of Science and Technology.
Life has not been that soft. Yes, because like my brother, he has done a lot of work by the way. He even knows how to pluck out the mirror. He goes for those works. He comes with something, we get food.
After completing secondary school, he remained at home for more than a year because the family could not afford to take him to university.
After he completed secondary school with a big grade, he remained at home during the year he was supposed to join university. We eventually organized a fundraiser, and that is how he managed to join.
We have received a lot of support from the church. Even after our son completed secondary school, we were unable to finance his university education.
The Kangeta Seventh-day Adventist Church began paying his tuition fees each semester, leaving me to provide his rent and food.
Wendy began school at a private institution.
When Wendy was 3 years old, I enrolled her at a school called Way Academy.
Whenever Wendy missed school, she would spend the day crying. She has always loved school, and she still does.
As the family's financial position weakened, maintaining the private school fees became impossible.
The journey became very difficult, so I transferred her while she was in class 3. I took her to Kaani Karui Primary School, where she studied until class 7.
Wiseway was a private school. With another child ahead of her in school, the financial pressure became overwhelming, so we transferred her to Kaani Karui Primary School.
The transfer was difficult for her.
I felt very bad, but I had no choice or nothing to do.
But Wendy continued working hard.
But me, I transferred to there, and my academic performance was good.
The change of school introduced a new set of challenges. The public school was located far from the family's home. To arrive at school in the morning, Wendy had to leave home at dawn.
There were a lot of challenges. From here to Kankarui, you walk, and it's far, it's not near.
Each day began with a long walk through the village before lessons had even started.
I used to walk at the morning, very early in the morning. Then I come back again at the evening.
When Wendy reached class 8, the director of another private school learned about her circumstances and offered to support her education.
Someone from Nyambene Hills Academy approached us and insisted on taking Wendy to the school because she was a bright student.
They knew Wendy was bright and would boost the results of their school.
They told me they wanted Wendy to join their school. I explained that I did not have money for school fees or any of the other requirements.
In class 8, I got that support from the director of that school, Nyambene Hills Academy Pia. Now I studied class 8 there.
For the first time in a long period, she no longer had to begin each morning with a long walk from home.
At least not tiresome like while I was studying in Kankarui Primary School.
The support arrived at a critical moment. It allowed Wendy to complete her final year of primary school with greater consistency.
Because there's everything. You don't have to walk from here to here. You are always in school.
For Wendy, education has required more than hard work. It has required patience, sacrifice, and the ability to continue even when support is uncertain. Her parents depend on farming and casual labor, yet the income is often not enough to cover school fees and other needs. Because of this, every school term comes with pressure, and every opportunity to remain in class becomes something she cannot take for granted. Wendy had set herself a high target in KCPE.
To score 400 marks so that I can get a scholarship.
When the results were released, she emerged as the second best pupil in her school.
I scored 365.
It was a strong performance, but for Wendy, the joy was immediately accompanied by uncertainty.
As for me, I had fear, but for them, my parents, I don't know if they had fear inside them, but the outer looks, they were encouraging me, motivating me.
The admission letter therefore represented both achievement and another financial test.
I was very excited and I promised to do my best to ensure she joined the secondary school to which she had been admitted.
To raise the reporting requirements, the family organized a fundraiser.
They did an arambe, they contributed.
We organized a fundraiser so that she could join Form 1. We also sold the cow we had. As you can see, we were left with nothing.
Through the fundraiser and the sale of the cow, the family raised enough money for her to report to Form 1.
The money we raised was used to pay her school fees. In fact, it covered the first and second terms.
The funds supported her through Form 1 and part of Form 2.
After the fundraiser, we paid for everything required at Nkuene Girls High School. The uniform had to be purchased at the school and we also paid the school fees.
It sustained me my whole Form 1 year and some part of Form 2.
But once that money was exhausted, uncertainty returned.
We often take loans from savings and credit groups, especially because Wendy is frequently sent home due to unpaid fees.
Wendy was first sent home for unpaid school fees while in Form 2.
From Form 2, that was the time I was sent home for school fees for the first time.
From that point, her secondary school education became an on and off journey.
It has also been a difficult journey because she is often sent home and sometimes remains at home for as long as a week.
Whenever the school required payment, her mother searched for every possible source of support.
We do casual jobs and borrow from our merry-go-round groups before our turn to receive the money arrives. We then use the loans to pay her school fees.
When bursaries were delayed, unavailable or insufficient, her mother turned to village merry-go-round groups and borrowed money.
We then use the loans to pay her school fees. We take loans and are left with debts to repay. Eventually, everything becomes mixed up because there is never a time when we are free from loans and debts.
The family continues to carry huge debts in the groups and at school.
I currently owe 40,000 shillings to the groups. I repay it in small amounts. The school will also require 38,000 shillings from me by the time she completes Form 4.
Whenever Wendy is sent home, her mother goes to the school and pleads with the administration to allow her back.
They sent me home. Now, my mother used to go there to talk to the deputy. She's a very understanding woman. Now she explains the story to her.
I asked the school not to send her home because she is in Form 4. I promised to do my best to clear the balance, even if it means continuing to pay after she completes KCSE.
Sometimes the school accepts the promise and allows Wendy to resume learning.
I asked them to be patient because my turn in the merry-go-round is approaching. They allow her to remain for a while, but after some time, the pressure begins again.
When the promised money fails to come, Wendy is sent home again.
Whenever I fail to raise the money, she is sent home. Unfortunately, there have been many times when I have been unable to raise it.
For her, the experience has become painfully familiar.
I was feeling bad now, but there was no choice. There was nothing to do.
Whenever students with unpaid balances are called, she already expects to hear her name.
I know when people are coming to be chased or to be sent home for school fees, I must go because the school fees is not paid.
At home, Wendy attempts to continue studying.
I carry my books because I don't know the exact time that I will be back.
But learning outside school is not easy.
You are there, you know that the others are being taught and the lessons are going on. But at home, you can't study the way you can study at school.
When she eventually returns to school, the class has already moved ahead.
There is time. In school, there is a lot of time. By the way. Now when I go, let's say break time, I'm left in class reading.
Wendy responds by using every available minute to catch up.
The Form 4s, you're supposed to sleep at 10:30. Now, when I'm in Form 4, I extend, or even you carry the books to the dorm. I feel bad, but still, I tell myself that you will gain and you will understand what they have been taught when you are not in school.
Wendy has worked hard to maintain good grades in class, but financial challenges have sometimes interrupted that progress. Last term, being out of school for the first few weeks affected her performance, leading to a grade she had never scored before. For a student who is used to doing well, that kind of setback is painful.
Now, you know, in Form 4, they usually rush the topics so that they can cover by the end of term 2. They uncovered a lot, and it will still be covered in the exam. Now, when they came in the exam, of course, I don't know. Now I failed. I scored a C+. I've never gotten that again. I felt bad because even the student who we compete with, they were on top there.
Wendy also understands that her parents cannot provide every personal requirement she needs at school.
When I ask for my parents for some things, they are not able to afford them. Now, that's why I go to work so that I can buy them for myself.
Wendy's interest in helping others has led her to join the Red Cross Club.
It's somehow connected to what my insight, what I want to pursue.
Wendy hopes to pursue medicine.
I want to pursue medicine, to come back and help them and the community.
Wendy first learned about the Bob Mwiti Foundation when representatives visited Nkuene Girls High School and shared Bob Mwiti's educational journey with the students.
They came in our school, the people from Bob Mwiti Foundation. They gave out the story of Bob Mwiti, the way he faced all of the challenges, the way he went to where he is now, and how he is coming now to give back to the community.
She listened as they explained the Star Award and the opportunity it offered to bright students facing financial hardship.
Now I say that this might be a chance for me. They might help me in a way.
Wendy took the brochure home and shared the information with her parents.
I took their brochures, I came and showed my parents.
I learned about the Bob Mwiti Foundation when Wendy came home with a brochure and told me that representatives had visited their school.
She explained the application process, wrote her essay, and submitted the required documents in a cyber cafe.
Told them how you apply for it. I wrote the essay, then we submitted.
We went to a cyber cafe in Kangeta and completed the application.
The Bob Mwiti Foundation is rooted in lived experience shaped by the journey of its chairman.
I grew up in a very humble family, raised primarily by my grandparents. In primary school, I worked very hard and was fortunate to become one of the top students in Meru County. That performance earned me admission to one of the most prestigious schools in the country, Nairobi School.
Honorable Kinoti Gatobu, former Bori MP, was among the distinguished guests during the official launch of Bob Mwiti Foundation.
So I knew Bob through Nkobo High School. Nkobo High School really molded us. It changed our lives forever. Bob, I've never known Nkobo High School was not your school of choice. It was a product of circumstances. Because even for me, Nkobo High School was not my choice. My dream school since I was a small boy was Tarehe Boys. But many years later, when I look back, one of the best things that happened in my life was going to Nkobo High School.
Bob Mwiti and Honorable Gatobu first came to know each other through their former high school, Nkobo High School, a connection that has remained strong over the years.
The principal invited us to form Nkobo High School Old Boys Association, and he picked me to be the patron. That's when now I came to meet Bob, and we became great friends. And he was very committed to the cause.
During the event, Honorable Gatobu praised Bob Mwiti for consistently being at the forefront of empowering dreams and creating opportunities for young people through education and mentorship.
And Bob never misses. Sometimes he takes a flight from US to come and mentor the boys of Nkobo High School. That tells you how committed how loving he is. Even last year, July, we were with him again in Kubwa School, mentoring the young boys, supporting them. And really, Bob, saa ingine sisi tukiwa Kenya tuna miss the mentorship day, but Bob akiwa wapi, hata akiwa Pluto, atachukua rocket akuje.
He also expressed his appreciation for seeing a vision that began as a personal dream finally come to fruition through the establishment of the Bob Mwiti Foundation, an initiative now dedicated to supporting and uplifting vulnerable students and communities.
I'm very happy to learn that Bob has had this dream for a long time. This is a great thought. This is a great commitment. As the disciples of Bob, tujiulize tukiwa tunatembea na Bob kwa hii safari ya kuguza maisha in our own small ways, how can we touch our families, our neighbors, all the people near and even far from us.
As part of a mission to give back to the community.
About 8 years ago, I began quietly supporting top students from my local primary school, Gikumene, and my alma mater, Nkobo High School. As the years went by, I realized there was a need to create a more structured and scalable way to help many more students. That vision led to the creation of the Bob Mwiti Foundation.
Through its flagship Star Award, the foundation seeks to empower brilliant and financially needy students through high school education.
Through the Star Award, we support outstanding high school students across Meru County. Every week, the foundation awards Kenya shillings 20,000 to one student from each administrative ward within Meru County.
When they were notified that she was selected, they couldn't hide their joy.
I was very happy. I felt that God had visited our home.
A mother called me that day, and I was very happy because I knew the Bob Mwiti Foundation would support us.
Wendy and her family are entirely grateful to Bob Mwiti for his generous acts.
This is significant support, and it will help reduce Wendy's outstanding school fee balance. May God bless you greatly, and may He recognize Bob Mwiti's acts of kindness.
I am also very grateful to Bob Mwiti and his foundation because we have witnessed a blessing in our home today. We never expected someone who does not know us personally to give us 20,000 shillings at once.
Okay, I'm so grateful for the support given by Bob Mwiti Foundation. I feel very happy for this check that I'm holding right now. It will help me a lot in paying my school fees. May God bless him.
My heart is filled with joy because of the check I have received today from the Bob Mwiti Foundation. May God bless Bob Mwiti.
I would like to thank Bob Mwiti for remembering and helping us. May God bless him abundantly.
You can support this family and help ease their burden through this M-Pesa number. Your kindness is truly appreciated. Through the Bob Mwiti Foundation, you have an opportunity to nurture education and support determined students. Your contributions go directly toward easing the burden of school fees, helping ensure that these students are able to remain in school. Wendy Kathoni's journey reminds us that determination can continue even when resources are limited. Despite financial struggles and interruptions in her education, she has remained committed to her studies, her family, and her community. Through the Star Award, the Bob Mwiti Foundation continues to support students like Wendy, helping to ease the burden of school fees and create the stability needed for consistent learning. This has been the Star Award show brought to you by the Bob Mwiti Foundation. Thank you for watching.